Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Mr. Hassan, and I'm going to show you guys how to do your online registration for your grade 12 next year. And let's get started. This is our homepage. On our homepage, you're going to find registration information. If you click on it, you'll have a list of all the courses that you need. There's even a little bit about planning for university or college. As you guys know, after you graduate, post-secondary institutions have specific requirements to actually that you have to have in order to sign up for various courses and stuff. If you're having trouble with that or navigating that, please see Mr. Nightingale in Student Services or do some research online. Because if you don't know what you need in the future, that can kind of be difficult to try to catch up, second semester and such. So now the way to, if you're at home, the way you log in is just by clicking on here and going to student login. It'll be your regular login password. If you're at school, you may actually you may be able to do this very simply. You just have to log in and there you are. So if you're at home and you click on student login, I'll click on staff login. You may have to type in your code. Just do that. That's just your regular code for logging onto the computer. And if you go to My Mail, you can actually get this letter right here. It'll be from Mr. Hassan, and I plan on sending them out probably in the next day or so. So you guys should have them shortly. So here we go. In this letter, it basically says what you need to do to be ready to do your online registration. First thing is you may want to come to the open house. There will be information there about grade 11 students going to grade 12 and some of the things they may have to think about. On the 12th, we have our SAS grade level meetings and our advocate meetings that day. So you'll be able to come and talk to some people and maybe sit down and actually do some registration pieces, as well as go to a grade level meeting. Try not to book your grade level meeting and your advocate meeting at the same time. So just be mindful of those times. Here's a link back to this to the actual course handbook that I showed you before. If you go to the course handbook, again, all the information should be there, and you should probably check out to see what you're actually going to be taking next year. Do a credit check. So February 12th, you'll be able to do a credit check with your SAS or your advocate during the meeting. And finally, let's do the actual online registration. Here's the link to this video, so if you ever want to get back to it because you want some information, you can do that there. There is a link right here that you have to follow, and here's your username and password. If you are going to copy and paste these things, it's amazing how many people accidentally grab a couple extra characters, and of course computers don't like it when you do that. So just be very careful that if you're going to copy and paste, for instance, this password, I'm going to be very careful not to get any extra characters there. Also, be aware that we are only going to be doing online registration between February 12th and February 19th. You need to complete this in between that week-long period. Good. All right. So click on this right here, the TEMS, and it'll bring you to where you want to go. I've already got it open in the background, so I'll just go there right now. If you're in the school, you may not have to do this, but if you're at home, you most definitely will have to do this, and it's a way of actually logging on to the registration place. So I've already got the information in there, so away we go. You can disregard this unless you want to change your password. That's up to you. You should see your picture, not Rebecca's, and what you'll need to do is make sure that this is your name. If it's anything other than your name, there's been a mistake, and just close it up. So update course request, that's what you click on, and it'll actually bring you to a place where you can sign up for your courses. Now, courses, of course, are aligned according to English, Math, and Phys Ed being your compulsory courses. You have to take these. You then have to have 4 electives at the grade 12 level. So we're going to sign up for these right now. So let's say I click on here. We all have to take English, so that's an easy one. Math, you get to pick whatever math it is that you're going to be taking. In this case, I'm going to take essential math. Remember that some courses get you the requirements you need for post-secondary, some don't. Now, here are your choices. You have Phys Ed. So you may pick the regular Phys Ed course, and that may be your number one choice. But if for some reason you can't get into that course, we'd like to have a backup plan. Let's say the courses you picked just don't mesh really well. Oh, you can pick the other ones here. There's a sports academy, soccer. Maybe that's one of your backup plans, and your backup plan. We don't often go to this, but it's kind of nice to have. Okay, I can't pick female fitness. I'm going to pick male fitness. There we go. And now we have our primary request, which is the one that'll go in. But if you don't get that one, your alternates will come into play. Note too here that one of the electives here is the dual credit path, and that is the kinesiology one. That's where you're going to find that credit. Next one, grade 12 elective. We have 4 electives that you need to take, and this is how we do it. First things first, you click on a course and you pick the one that you're going to be taking. So in this case, I'm going to be taking, let's pick one. I'm going to be taking biology. So here we go. And then biology pops up. My second choice is going to be here. I'm going to take here's that AP course I've always wanted to take in art. There we go. I'm also going to add into there, if I'm going to take the AP course, I have to take the visual arts course as well. And that one is right down here. Good. And my final elective will be right here. And what I will take is, I would like to take chemistry. Good. Now, those are my choices. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, my alternates to those, if for some reason we don't offer chemistry because only 3 people sign up for it, we sometimes need an alternate so we know what your 5th choice is, and your second alternate, your 6th choice. So you can just put those in there. So I'm just going to pick something here. I'm going to say I'm going to take law. That's going to be my 5th choice. You won't be scheduled for this unless, again, you will not be scheduled for this unless you don't get one of the other choices. Go back up here to law. And one more time, law. And law. Good. And my last 4 alternates right here. Let's pick something that's close to the top this time. That's just smarter. Let's pick let's pick concert band as my alternate 2. Concert band. Again, this is my 6th choice at this point. I won't be scheduled for it, like I mentioned before. And last but not least, concert band. Now, for most people, you're done. You have your 4 electives and your 3 compulsory courses. That's a total of 7. Now, if you've done your credit check like you should have, you should know exactly how many credits you need to graduate. You need at least those 7 to kind of fill things out if you've followed a regular sort of grad path. Now, there are these things called additional credits. And an additional credit is some of these things that you would take outside of the regular schedule. So, I do have to sign up for concert choir, so let me do that. I have to click onto this little green plus sign if I want to add another field or another drop-down menu, because I can't. My grade 12 year, I have to take musical theater. So, there we go. So now I think I'm done. Some of these other courses down here are for people who maybe need to go back in time a little bit. Let's say you found out that you need chemistry for whatever you want to be when you get older. The grade 11 courses are just down there. Now remember, if you're going to pick a bunch of these courses, you got to be careful not to pick a bunch of these too. You don't want to have 10 courses. In fact, we won't let you do that. The next thing, of course, is again, if you do need to add an extra field, away you go. If for some reason you haven't passed a course and maybe last year grade 11 English didn't go too well, you can actually add that course right there. If you are a couple credits short to graduate, we will allow you to go from 7 to 8 to maybe even 9 credits in order to be able to graduate on time. But in most situations, we're going to stick to our 7 credit limit with additional credits, of course, being additional. So that's almost it. If we go right to the top now, we've picked our English and everything, and our math and our phys ed. The last thing we have to do is submit. If you don't submit, you actually haven't entered any of your courses. Now, one of two things is going to happen. Either it's going to say okie dokie, or course group request submitted successfully. That's what you want to see, is that yellow bar. If you see a red bar, it means that you've done something incorrectly, and you might have to go back and fix it. So there you go. All your choices are below, and you have successfully completed your online registration. Last thing you do is just click on this little orange button right here so you can log off, and you're done. If for some reason you have some difficulties or you'd like some help doing this, the entire registration week we are going to be have the labs open so we can help you out. As well, the day of your SAS meeting and your advocate meeting, we will have the labs open there so you can actually go in and register then too. If you do still have some troubles, you can see Mr. Nightingale upstairs in Student Services, or you can talk to myself. Thanks.